The topic for today's lecture is organizational behavior. Before we talk about organizational behavior, we all must know what do we mean by an organization. एक संगठन, एक organization होता क्या है? So basically, an organization is a group of people where the people they work together towards the attainment of their respective goals. For instance, even a college is an organization where we have different departments, and the goal is to impart best of education to our students, to bring out the best in our students and their overall development. Now let's talk about organizational behavior. OB is a study of human behavior in an organization. How people behave in organization, what are the various forces and dynamics at the workplace that influence their behavior. Now let's talk about the scope of organizational behavior. Organizational behavior में सबसे पहले हम पढ़ेंगे leadership. Leadership is an important scope, or you can say important subject matter of organizational behavior. In every organization, we need leaders to take the organization ahead. The leaders कितने type के होते हैं, and the kind of strategies they employ to bring out the best in the employees. That is the subject matter of organizational behavior. In different situations, different leadership styles are required, different strategies need to be employed in order to bring out the best in their employees. Second is communication. Communication, what do we mean by communication? It is an exchange, by communication we mean exchange of ideas. Exchange of ideas between people. In order for the organization to thrive, communication must be clear and transparent. Any breakdown in communication can lead to misinterpretation and can lead to serious repercussions in an organization. Motivation. Motivation, what do we mean by motivation? Is the willingness to work towards the attainment of goals. Willingness to work, willingness to give your best in any situation. Organization में बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हमारे जो employees हैं वो motivated रहे, उनका morale high रहे. तो हमारे जो employers हैं, they employ different strategies for motivating the employees in the organization. For instance, they give rewards to the organization members based on the different needs. Some strategies such as flexi time, telecommunicating have been employed in order to boost the morale of the employees, in order to motivate them. So they work hard and give the best of performance. Then learning is also an important scope of organizational behavior. When we work in any organization, learning, see, it is a continuous and ongoing process. We learn a lot of skills. So training here, training is an important part of the organizational behavior. Training means imparting specific skills to organizations so that they will be able to compete well with their competitors in the market. उसमें reinforcement भी बहुत important चीज़ है जो आती है. Reinforcement का क्या मतलब होता है? Reinforcement means strengthening the behavior of employees. So the employers can employ different reinforcement strategies in order to strengthen the desirable behavior and do away with undesirable behavior of the employees. Then we will talk about stress management. Stress से क्या मतलब होता है? It is a response to any stimulus in the environment that exceeds our, you can say, resources for coping. जब हमारे पास resources नहीं होती हैं किसी चीज़ से cope up करने के लिए, we experience stress. तो आजकल since the environment is very competitive and there's tremendous pressure on employees to, you can say, deliver fast results in a short span of time, deliver quick results in a short span of time, they experience stress. It's very important that stress should be managed because it can have serious repercussions on an employee's physical as well as his mental health. तो अगर employee की mental health ही सही नहीं है, वो हर समय stress रहता है, तो उसकी performance कहीं ना कहीं adversely affected होगी, which again could be very detrimental for the overall organizational health. Then we will talk about conflict management. Conflict से हमारा क्या मतलब होता है? Conflict is the result of disagreement. Conflict is basically disagreement among people. क्योंकि किसी भी organization में, since the world has become a global village, so people who are working in an organization, they come from diverse backgrounds, they have different attitudes, personalities, they have different viewpoints regarding different issues. So when people from diverse backgrounds they come together, so it is very obvious that they would have conflict of ideas. But this conflict needs to be managed so that it doesn't cause any kind of damage to the organization. organizational behavior, the first model of organizational behavior is autocratic model. What do we mean by autocracy? Autocracy is basically dictatorship. The autocratic model, it was based on power. So here the employers, they assume that the workers, the work from the employee, it can be extracted only when we pressurize employees to do work. जब हम उन पर pressure डालेंगे, उन पर दबाव डालेंगे, तभी employees हमारे काम कर पाएंगे. So basically, they believe that work can be, you can say, extracted from the employee by pushing the employee, by forcing the employee to work. अब ऑटोक्रेटिक मॉडल जिन भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में एम्प्लॉय किया गया था, वहाँ के जो एम्प्लॉयज थे उनका मोरल बहुत ज़्यादा लो हो गया था. Why? Because they felt suppressed, they felt oppressed, and in such circumstances, it is not feasible for the employees to give their best performance. Autocratic model, basically, जो managers थे, they used to force their employees to work. So they used to resort to very harsh practices in order to extract work from employees, like resorting to low wages, उनको कम पैसे देना, कम salaries देना, or deducting their salaries. So for them, the employees were mainly, you can say, commodities or machineries, and they did not consider the employees as human beings. So this model, it was very harsh and demotivating for the employees. तो जो employees थे, उनको ये model बहुत ज़्यादा demotivating और harsh लगा. And it can also say that it doesn't work under every condition, since the only purpose of this model was, you can say, the people was only to, you can say, get the work extracted for the employees. So the employees would also work. Managers think they used to force the employees to work. So they used to resort to very harsh practices in order to extract work from employees, like resorting to low wages, उनको कम पैसे देना, कम salaries देना, or deducting their salaries. So for them, the employees were mainly, you can say, commodities or machineries, and they did not consider the employees as human beings. So this model, it was very harsh and demotivating for the employees. तो जो employees थे, उनको ये model बहुत ज़्यादा demotivating और harsh लगा. And it can also say that it doesn't work under every condition, since the only purpose of this model was, you can say, the people was only to, you can say, get the work extracted for the employees. So the employees were also working to satisfy the basic needs of the family. They didn't feel very motivated because they were always considered as machinery, as a means of getting the work done, and their views, their opinions, their needs were not taken into consideration. Organizational behavior is a custodial model. अब autocratic model की वजह से जो employees थे, they continued to endure the ill treatment of their employers silently. They did not revolt, and they became so frustrated that they used to vent out their frustration on their friends and families. Now, as a result of such frustration and resentment, another model emerged in organizational behavior, and that is known as the custodial model. And here the employees began to offer welfare programs to the employees. जहाँ पे जो है they were giving you can say perks, bonus, and they were offered very good packages and retirement benefits in order to boost the sagging morale of the employees that had resulted due to the harsh implementation of autocratic model in organizations. पर इसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है custodial model जो भी organization बनाए उसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है that the organization should have surplus resources, क्योंकि अब retirement अगर आप plans दे रहे हो employees को तो perks और bonus दे रहे हो तो उसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आपके पास resources होने चाहिए, आपके संसाधन होने चाहिए in order to you can say pay them high salaries, in order to pay them good retirement package, and in order to give them bonus and other perks. तो कई बार इसमें ये भी देखा गया कि जिन मॉडल्स ने कस्टोडियल अप्रोच अपनाया वहाँ पे एम्प्लॉइज का जो मोरल है वो ऊपर गया, परंतु साथ साथ यह भी देखा गया कि जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा उनका अप्रोच जो है बहुत ज़्यादा लेड बैक हो गया. दे अडॉप्टेड अ वेरी लेड बैक एंड कैजुअल अप्रोच, क्योंकि उन्हें ये लगने लगा that they have now they are not actually they are, you can say, they are important for the organization, and the organization is taking care of all their needs. The organization is giving them the monetary benefits, so they did not, feel like putting in a lot of hard work and effort. In the custodial approach, employees, you can say, since they were assured of economic benefits and rewards from the employees, so they did not put in much effort, and they were, you can enjoyed their performance. तो अपने परफॉर्मेंस को बढ़ाने के लिए उन्होंने ज़्यादा एफर्ट नहीं किया, क्योंकि वो एक तरीके से बहुत ज़्यादा एक सिक्योरिटी और सिक्योर और सेफ जोन में आ गए थे। तो अपने कंफर्ट जोन में आ जाते हैं एम्प्लॉयज, जब उनको इकोनॉमिक रिवॉर्ड्स और बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं तो वो ज़्यादा एफर्ट्स नहीं कर पाते, क्योंकि उनको मालूम है they are not tightly controlled by the directors of their superiors. And this model is basically, the first model, autocratic model, was based on power, and this model is completely based on money. यानी कि आपका पहला मॉडल किस पे बेस्ड था? पावर पे, और ये जो मॉडल है ये मनी पर बेस्ड है। Model is supportive model. It is based on the principle of supportive relationships in an organization. यानी कि यहाँ पर जो employer है, he should not be there. He should not be the boss of the. You can say should not be the boss of the employee. He should, you can say, he should extend cooperation to the employee. The relationship between the employer and the employee should be not that of a master and a servant, but that of, you can say, a boss and a subordinate, not that of a master and a servant. It is based on सपोर्टिव रिलेशनशिप्स, यानी कि अगर आपके एम्प्लॉय को यहाँ पे जो है ये पावर और मनी पे ना बेस्ड होकर सपोर्टिव रिलेशनशिप्स पे बेस्ड है, यानी कि अगर आपका एम्प्लॉयर आपको सपोर्ट करेगा, आपके साथ जो है आपके नीड्स पर ज्यादा ध्यान दिया जाता है, और इमोशनल नीड्स आल्सो, साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स आल्सो, these are taken care of by the employer. The employee is an asset to the organization, यानी कि जो एम्प्लॉय है वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए एक असेट होता है, and he is a valuable asset for the organization. और अगर एम्प्लॉयर उसको जो है उसके नीड्स को ध्यान में रखता है, उसके साइकोलॉजिकल इमोशनल नीड्स को, तो ऑटोमेटिकली उसकी जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो इम्प्रूव करती है और वो एम्प्लॉय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ग्रो करता है।